Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Swim England East Region Festival of Swimming 2021 Session 2. We're here at the absolutely fantastic facility of Sportspark in Norwich, and we're live. It's a great pleasure to introduce our officials for today's session. Our lead referee is Jerry Metcalf. Phil Pelling is our other referee. The starter for today's session is Dave Robinson, and I am joined here in the commentary box by the absolutely fantastic Chris Maloney of the City of Norwich. So he knows the ins and outs of this place, been telling me how wonderful Norwich is as a city, and telling me how fantastic the City of Norwich swimmers are, including his own daughter. So we look forward to watching them and, of course, watching everyone else in this session. We've got a full packed session here for you with the men's 400 metres freestyle. That's going to be an incredibly interesting one to watch. The women's 400 metres individual medley, and of course the mixed 100 metres backstroke. So we've got a great mix of fast swimming and getting onto that middle to distance swimming as well. We're starting shortly, so just bear with us and make yourself a cup of tea if you're at home. Get a nice cold drink. I know that's probably the advice for many people here on the poolside, because it is absolutely boiling.
And we get session 3 underway with event 131, the men's 400 freestyle, heat number 1, referee.
And that's it, the start of session number 3 here in Norwich. In lane number 1 we have Rio Rogers of Basildon and Phoenix. Lane number 2, Maddox Roberts of Witham Dolphins. Lane 3, Harry Stagg of Basildon and Phoenix. Lane number 4, Max Arnold of Harlow Penguins. Lane number 5, Tom Wood of Chelmsford. Lane 6, Dylan Morris of Watford. And in lane number 7, Louis James of Norwich Swan. At the quarter posting then, the quarter mark, the first 100 metres then, looking like a very comfortable 100 there for Max Arnold. He turns at a 104.54. Maddox Roberts in second, 106.44. 0.04 behind him is Rio Rogers. Not too much to distinguish here between particularly those swimmers in the middle lanes. But we must remember the 400 is a race of endurance. It's not a sprint. And as I've just heard one of the swimmers say, it's not an enjoyable one either. I'll leave that up to the swimmers themselves. But Max Arnold there, he's in first position, prime position. Rio Rogers still in second. Harry Stagg in third. Maddox Roberts in fourth. Not much in it there in third position. But Max's stroke here, it's really nice and long, a good amount of leg kick, not exerting too much energy, but just enough to make sure that he's getting on pace, he's keeping on that pace as well. And he's turning first 200 metre split to 16.51. Rio Rogers still in second position. Tom Wood, a new addition there, third position. And here we're going to start to see some people possibly making a break for it, starting to focus on that back end speed. But it does indeed seem that Max Arnold of Harlow Penguins in lane number 4 is still first. He's probably got to be a bit wary of Tom Wood of Chelmsford in lane number 5. And worth saying as well that Rio Rogers of Basildon Phoenix as well in lane number 1. A comfortable 4-second gap between Max and Tom, first and second. No doubt that Max will be trying to increase that gap. Tom will be trying to close it, of course. As we start to come into the final closing stages, the final 100 of this 400 metres freestyle. It is still Max Arnold of Harlow Penguins in lane number 4, who's in prime position. Tom Wood in second, and what we're probably going to see here is if Tom Wood's got any energy left, he's going to start pushing through, he's going to start pushing on the pressure to Max Arnold, but Max Arnold's still going strong. Certainly you can tell that Tom's stroke has started to pick up. A very comfortable stroke from Rio Rogers though in lane number 1 over on the far side. But it is Max Arnold who has led the way throughout this first heat, 4:04.80, that's what he turns on. Tom Wood 5 seconds behind him. Rio Rogers only a second behind Tom Wood. Max Arnold really starting to put on this speed now as he's coming into his final few strokes of this first heat of the men's 15 years 400 metres freestyle. His entry time there, Max Arnold 4:40.50. He's He's very, very close here, but I think it's on for a PB. And he touches, takes the first position, 4:39.31. Tom Wood in second position, 4:46.21. And Rio Rogers of Basildon and Phoenix takes the third position with a 4:47.80.
Confirmation there of the results for heat number 1. Event 131, the men's 400 freestyle. Heat number 2, referee.
On to heat number 2 then. In lane number 1, Samuel Walsh of Whipham Dolphins. In lane 2, Daniel Kendall of City of Ely. Lane 3, Jargo Derrington of Bishop Stortford. Lane 4 goes Rowan Brennan of Basildon and Phoenix. Lane 5, Matthew Money of the City of Cambridge. Lane number 6, Matthew Riddle of Thurrock. Lane 7, Jamie Joshua of Hatfield. And in lane number 8, Daniel McGuinness of Basildon and Phoenix. And it does in fact look like Daniel McGuinness has had an absolutely cracking start to this 50 metre. The question will be is, can he hold this pace, or is he going to tail off? That's what we will find out in due course. Looking strong so far though, as he comes and completes the 100 metres, first 100, 102.11. Matthew Money in second position, 104.65. Not much in it there between third and sixth. Around the 105 mark, but still in the lead is Daniel McGuinness of Basildon and Phoenix. A really nice and smooth stroke here from Matthew Money of the City of Cambridge in lane number 5. A little less perhaps frantic than Daniel McGuinness, but ultimately if it does the job, it does the job. Jago Derrington in third position there. But Daniel McGuinness, really, he has been in front from the start. As he comes at the halfway stage, can he hold on in this final 200 metres? He turns at 2:09.96. That will put him about a 1:07 split on that last 100. Matthew Money in second, Jago Derrington in third, Rowan Brennan in fourth position. The stroke rate now starting to pick up from all of the swimmers, particularly those in front, but Daniel McGuinness is still going strong as he comes into the turn. Out there trying to get a little bit of a reprieve with the underwater work, but Matthew Money in lane number 2, still in second position. Jago Derrington in third, Rowan Brennan in fourth. Not much change there, but Daniel McGuinness is really powering away now. 3 seconds between him and his nearest competitor. The final 100 now we're coming up to. Will Daniel hold on, or will he tail off? Daniel McGuinness, 3:18.81. Matthew Money, 3:22.93. A good 5-second gap between him and Daniel. Daniel's stroke rate really starting to pick up now. Really starting to work that final 100 metres. Matthew Money in lane 5 though, he is starting to make headway against Jago Derrington in lane number 3. Final 50 metres then for these chaps in front. That lead still in about 5 seconds. Only about 2 in between Matthew and Jago in second and third. But it is going to be Daniel McGuinness now. He's had an absolutely fantastic swim here. He hasn't tailed off. He's managed to hold a good, consistent pace. He's managed to ensure that that stroke rate is actually getting him, moving him forward, pushing him forward as he comes into the final few strokes now. He's going to take the touch, 4:27.32. Looking at it, that's going to be a fantastic personal best from him. 8 seconds nearly. Matthew Money in second position, 4:29.86. And Jago Derrington takes third position, 4:33.39. Basildon and Phoenix coach there, Doug Campbell, looking incredibly happy with that swim.
Event 131 at the men's 400 freestyle heat number 3. Referee.
Well, some ferocious starts here in lane number 1. We have Daniel Clayton of Team Ipswich. Lane 2, William Tozer from West Suffolk. Lane 3, Austin Lillywhite of Biggleswade. Lane 5, Harley West of Basildon and Phoenix. Lane 6, Mark Milburn of Colchester. Lane 7, Nikita Charinkin from Thurrock. And in lane 8, Elliot Gladwell of Team Ipswich. No swimmer in lane 4, but it seems that Austin Lillywhite of Biggleswade is starting to take up the baton. Elliot Gladwell in lane number 8. Nikisha Charinkin of Thurrock in lane 7, also doing fantastically well. Austin Lillywhite, 101.41. Nikita Charinkin, 101.77, and Elliot Gladwell, 102.39. Not much in it between them. Not much deviation from the expected course thus far. Really looking like, though, Austin Lillywhite of Biggleswade is starting to get into a comfortable rhythm. He turns 1:35.52. Nikita Charinkin, Elliot Gladwell, doing very well on the bottom of the screen on the right-hand side of the pool. A really nice stroke there from Nikita in lane at number 7. He's certainly finding his pace in this 400 meters freestyle, and that's what it's all about, making sure that you're at the right pace, that you're working, you know, hard, but not too hard, not hard enough to ensure failure. But this is quite an unpredictable race at the moment with Nikita in lane number 7. He's now being flanked by Mark Milburn of Colchester, who had a fantastic last session, if one does recall. Mark Milburn then, he's taken the lead. Austin Lillywhite in second, Nikita Charinkin in third, Elliot Gladwell dropping into fourth, with Harley West there, very, very close on that front. But Mark Milburn really making strides here as he's coming into the final 100 meters at this turn. Nikita in lane number 7, certainly not letting Mark out of his sights on the left-hand side. But if you look over into lane number 3, Austin Lillywhite also keeping a watchful eye on Mark Milburn. Around 3 seconds there in between Mark Milburn, Nikita in second position. Mark Milburn really starting to move now. All of the swimmers starting to pick up the pace. The leg kick, the white flurry at the back starting to increase substantially. But Mark Milburn now really going for it as he comes to his final 50 meters on this turn. 3:53.12. I think that lead of 2 seconds certainly has increased, and it has indeed. Every stroke he takes, he's inching closer to the wall. Really doing fantastic stuff here. Really putting on that back end speed of which coaches will have been focusing on in training. And he's going to be racing against the clock. Mark's registered down as a 4:25 dead. Just going to tap out of that, but a 4:25.64, a very commendable swim nonetheless. Daniel Clayton taking second, coming out of nowhere for that, 4:29.68. And third goes to Nikita Charinkin, who has done so well in this race, 4:31.27. Managed to keep in that top 3, so congratulations to all of those swimmers.
And there we have the results of Heat 3 of the men's 400 free. Event 131, the men's 400 freestyle, Heat number 4. Referee.
In lane 1 we have Matthew Brown of Stowmarket. In lane 2 Olivier Vedrin from City of Norwich. In lane 3 George Whiteman of the City of Peterborough. Lane 4 Jack Sangster of Modernians. Lane 5 Joseph Wells of West Norfolk. Lane 6 William Ellard of St Felix. Lane number 7 Matthew Baker of West Suffolk. And in lane number 8 Jack Pallant of Team Waverley. Out in front then after that first 50 metres, it is George Whiteman of the City of Peterborough. He's followed in the right-hand corner by Matthew Baker and Jack Pallant of West Suffolk and Team Waverley. George Whiteman there, first individual to go sub 1 minute on his first 100. Matthew Baker and Olivier Vedrin turning simultaneously on that first 100 metres. But still out in front is George Whiteman of the City of Peterborough. No doubt starting to find his rhythm, starting to understand the limitations and what his maximum capability is in this race. George Whiteman, 1:32.10. Not much in between Olivier and Matthew in second and third position. But it is George Whiteman still leading the way. He's got to be a little bit wary, one would imagine, of Matthew Baker and Jack Pallant on his right-hand side in lanes 7 and 8. Halfway station, George Whiteman still in front, Matthew Baker in second, Jack Pallant in third, Olivier Vedrin dropping back into fourth. The pace of certain individuals now starting to pick up again as they get focused more on that back end speed rather than that speed of which they started. George Whiteman, though, of the City of Peterborough, still out in front in lane number 3. Matthew Baker still in second position. Jack Pallant in third. Olivier Vedrin in fourth. And it looks like Matthew Baker is starting to make a move on George Whiteman in lane number 3. Saved a bit of energy perhaps. Never let him out of his sight, and he has overtaken him. Matthew Baker going into first, George Whiteman dropping back to second, Jack Palance in third, Olivier Bederine in fourth. But Matthew Baker really starting to move now. George Whiteman, one would imagine, looking over on his left-hand side, thinking, can I beat him? And of course, Elliot, Jack in lane number 8, keeping a very watchful eye on what's going on in lane number 7 with Matthew Baker. Not much in it there. About a second and a half between Matthew Baker and George Whiteman. That's possibly still recoverable. But Matthew Baker now really moving down this lane into this final few meters. George Whiteman confined to second position, but it's going to be Matthew Baker who never really left George Whiteman to speed away, and who made sure that he was always in his sights, and he's going to take the touch. 4:18.89. George Whiteman going to get second position. 4:23.11. 4:24.72 for Jack Palance in lane number 8. All about those tactics, and those tactics for Matthew Baker paid off in the end. Didn't go out like a madman at the start. Pushed through, went in a good pace, and ultimately won the heat. And confirmation then of the official result for heat number 4 of the 400 meters freestyle. And on to the timed final of the men's 400 meters freestyle, heat number 5. In lane number 1 from Team Ipswich, Joe Cooper. In lane number 2 from the City of St Albans, Callum Wollaston. In lane number 3 from Hatfield, Michael Klimaszewski. In lane number 4 from West Norfolk, Nathan Wells. In lane number 5 from Basildon and Phoenix, Lewis Binning. In lane number 6 from West Suffolk, Miles Turner. In lane number 7 from Basildon and Phoenix, Noah Jameson Neal. And in lane number 8 from the City of Norwich, Ben Blowers. This is the men's 400 meters freestyle timed final. Over to you, referee. Some absolutely fantastic and fast starts there. All the boys going to be looking at going as close to 4 minutes, possibly even sub 4 minutes as possible. Not much in it at the moment off of that start at all. All of the boys carry on quite well together. First position, Joe Cooper, Michael Klimaszewski in second, Callum Wollaston in third. All of those boys there going sub 30 seconds. One would assume that they're going to go sub 1 minute at this 100 meter mark coming up. Joe Cooper in lane 1, Ben Blowers in lane 8 on the outside, doing very well here as they approach the 100 meter mark. It's Joe Cooper in first, Nathan Wells second, Michael Klimaszewski in third. Nearly all of those boys going sub 1 minute for that first 100. They certainly would have done some pacing in their training in the last few months, preparing them for this, making sure that they're not going to be absolutely shattered as they come on to the closing stages. But Joe Cooper still in front in lane number 1. Michael Klimaszewski in second still. Callum Wollaston bringing it back up to from 8th to 3rd there. Nathan Wells in 4. Not much in it at all between any of these boys, but it's starting to be Joe Cooper of Ipswich and Michael Klimaszewski in lane at number 3, starting to break away from the rest of the pack as they come onto the halfway stage here. Joe Cooper still in front, Michael Klimaszewski only about 1.38 seconds behind. Miles Turner now into the 3rd position. Lewis Billing also doing well. My goodness me, ladies and gentlemen, it is chopping and changing quite regularly in this 400, but Joe Cooper and Michael Klimaszewski in lanes 1 and 3 still leading the way here. Nathan Wells possibly starting to make a break for it, but Joe Cooper still in front. Michael still in 2nd position. On the turn then, it's going to be Callum Wollaston, Miles Turner, Nathan Wells, Lewis Binning. But that gap between Joe Cooper and Michael Klimaszewski and the rest of the pack is starting to widen, really starting. That stroke rate of Joe Cooper really starting to increase here. Michael Klimaszewski looks incredibly comfortable as he comes into that final turn here. Is he going to have enough energy to take Joe Cooper? Joe Cooper, a fast turn there, absolutely ferocious, with Michael Klimaszewski in 2nd. That gap starting to widen, but he's starting to speed up as well. Miles Turner in 3rd. Lewis Binning hunting him down with Callum Wollaston. Oh, goodness me. But Joe Cooper now really starting to move. Every stroke which he is taking, he is moving further away from Michael in lane number 3. Just a reminder, his entry time is a 4:08. It's looking increasingly confident, but Joe Cooper, look at that stroke rate, look at the speed of that. It's really starting to move. Michael Klimaszewski doing his absolute utmost to beat him, but I don't think it's going to be enough because Joe Cooper has been, he's led from the off, and he's doing an absolutely fantastic job over the last 400 metres. He's going to come into the final 5 metres here. He's going to take the gold here, 4:05.91. What a time from him. Michael Klimaszewski, 4:09.66. Who's going to take 3rd position? Oh, it's so close. And it's going to be Nathan Wells who comes back into a 4:15.43. My goodness. 3rd, 4th and 5th. What a race that was. Always keeping us thinking there. But ultimately, Joe Cooper, he went out fast. The bet, the risk paid off for him, and he is now going to be taking the gold, I imagine, in his age group. So congratulations to Joe. Well done to all of those boys. I mean, look at that replay. What a fantastic stroke from him. Really, really moving there. Just pulling in front of Michael, and that finish there was absolutely superb. And the confirmed results of the timed final, the 400 metres freestyle there. We therefore move on to event 132, the women's 15 years and over 400 metres individual medley. This will be swum over 4 heats. Heat 1, referee. .400 free for the men, done and dusted. Now it is back to the 400 metres individual medley for the women. In lane 1 from Newmarket, Romilly Marks. Lane 2, Elise Deborah Ball from Thurrock. Lane 3, Katie Maloney of the City of Norwich. Lane 4, Macy Dexter of the City of Cambridge. Lane 5, Isabella Porzino from Putteridge. Lane 6 from Colchester, Molly Redgrave. Lane 7, Isabel Barber of Stowmarket. And in lane number 8 from Basildon and Phoenix, Anna Lucia Fenier. Well, we all know that individual medley comprises of the 4 strokes: butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, and the freestyle. If you're a flighter, it's always nice to know that you're probably going to be out in front. But so much can go wrong in a 400 meters individual medley. Let's hope it doesn't for any of these athletes here. But it's Katie Maloney of Norwich who's turning first, 1:11.14. Following her very closely behind is Elise Delapoule. Those two girls at the top of your screen, ladies and gentlemen, those watching on the live stream, it's very, very close, very tight between them. Macy Dexter of Cambridge also coming into play, as is Isabella Porzio in lane number 5 of Putteridge. Oh, goodness me, this breaststroke leg is going to be incredibly interesting, but Elise does just move in front. Katie Maloney in second. Macy Dexter in third. Isabella Porzino in fourth. A gap really starting to open between Elise and Katie here. But breaststroke can be the ultimate decider, quite frankly. If you're a fantastic breaststroker, it gives you hope. If you're not so good, there is a certain amount of peril. But Elise Delapoule, she's done fantastically well on that backstroke to gain a lead. If she's not a breaststroker, might not necessarily be an issue. Katie Maloney still in second position. She's followed very closely by Macy Dexter and Molly Redgrave. A fantastic stroke though here for Macy Dexter of the city of Cambridge here. A really, really nice glide there. Lots of power onto that. And she looks like she's going to have enough in it to turn first, or at least go onto the freestyle leg first. Elise just in front now. Macy Dexter, though, is clearly the stronger breaststroker. Katie Maloney in third. Look at that stroke, incredibly long. That glide is held. Lots of power on the kick, lots of propulsion there. And that's why she is edging in front here. She's going to be in a really, really comfortable position, Macy Dexter, for the freestyle leg here. Elise there in lane number 2, not letting her out of her sight, still all to play for, but Macy looking incredibly comfortable there, and she's going to turn on a 4:11.30 exactly. On to the freestyle then. Macy really trying to glide that stroke. Whether or not that's tiredness, I'm sure that will be discussed with coaches afterwards, but she's making sure she's holding that, still making sure that that gap between her and Elise is widening. But these two girls in lane 4 and 2 really moving away. They have done ever since the backstroke, no competition there. But Macy Dexter, she's turning first. Around 4-5 seconds between her and Elise in second position. But coming in here is Macy Dexter of the city of Cambridge. Really starting quite a comfortable stroke, it looks like there, for her final 400 meters individual medley. And as she comes into the final 5 meters, looking at her entry time, that is a 5:24.30. She's done a 5:27.52. Elise in second position in lane 2, 5:32.86. And Isabella Porzino takes third, 5:41.83. Official results there on your screen now. Moving on to heat number 2, referee. West Suffolk's Kerrys Williams goes in 1. Norwich Swan, Katie Andrews in lane number 2. Francesca Key of Leighton Buzzard of Thurrock, my apologies, go in lane number 4. Charlotte Williams in 5 from Hatfield. Jessica Mahoney of the City of Peterborough in 6. Morgan Allen of Madonians in lane number 7. And Anna Fallon of Team Luton in lane number 8. Quite evident here who the fly swimmers are. Kerrys, Katie and Francesca in 1, 2 and 3. But as we saw in the last heat, it is still all to play for as we come on to the first 100 split here. Katie Andrews turning on a 1:12.97. Francesca Key in 2nd, Charlotte Williams in 3rd. Katie Andrews here looking very, very strong on the backstroke length, starting to widen the gap between her, Kerrys, Francesca and Charlotte in 1, 4 and 5. Anna Fallon, though, making a strong swim on the outside lane in lane number 8. Maybe not enough to get up to the, what we would call medal positions, but a strong swim nonetheless. Katie Andrews then, she has widened that gap quite substantially. Nearly 5 seconds there, absolutely unbelievable on that backstroke. The question will be, is Katie a good breaststroker? Will she be able to hold on? Charlotte Williams, though, of Hatfield, the pink of Hatfield, as we so often see in the pool. Really starting to make a fantastic comeback here. Anna Fallon, though, in lane number 8, certainly worthy of a mention here. She may be just in 3rd position, but it is Katie Andrews coming onto the breaststroke leg. Charlotte Williams in 2nd, still about a 5-second gap in between her and Katie. Anna Fallon gets that 3rd position. Francesca Key, though, not too far behind at all. Katie Andrews, though, she's not a bad breaststroker at all. She's really starting to move through the water. A very comfortable breaststroke swim, it looks like there. Lots of propulsion coming on off the water, lots of those ripples there pushing her ever closer to the finish mark. Looking back then, it also looks like Francesca Key of Thurrock and Charlotte Williams in 4 and 5 are battling out here for 2nd position. But Katie Andrews of lane number 2 is doing absolutely superb here. She really is moving. 10 seconds between her and Charlotte Williams. That is a substantial gap. It's a gap that I personally don't think is going to be caught up at all. Francesca Key, though, in 4, starting to pull in front of Charlotte Williams in lane number 5. All to play for in that battle here. But Katie Andrews starting to come into her final few strokes on breaststroke as she turns into the final 100, which of course is freestyle. Quite a tired looking turn there from Katie, but still lots of white water, quite a fast stroke rate here from Katie. I have absolutely no doubt she's giving it her all there. 5:22.50 is the time to beat. One is hopeful that that is going to be a personal best for her. Francesca Key as well, Charlotte Williams, very, very tight here. Their entry times are 5:18 and 5:19 respectively. Going to be very interesting to see that. But Katie Andrews is out in front. You know, that backstroke length really helped her. Breaststroke made sure that she cemented that lead, and this freestyle leg has just added to that. Reeling it in now to the final few meters. Charlotte Williams in lane number 5 of Hatfield. She's retaking second position. Francesca Key, Anna Fallon in 4th. But it is going to be Katie Andrews who's going to do an absolutely superb job. It's looking like a personal best, and it's going to be a 5:20.09. What a swim from Katie Andrews, making the best use of her stroke there. That backstroke, as I said, really cemented that, gave her a bit of a lead. Breaststroke cemented it, and freestyle made sure that she was going to win this heat. Charlotte Williams of Hatfield taking second, 5:33.64, and Francesca Key of Thurrock in 4, taking third, 5:37.15. What a swim there. Charlotte Williams managed to recover that position of second. And the official results are on your screen now. The penultimate heat of the women's 400 meters individual medley, heat 3, referee. Not much difference between fast dives and those breaking out of the water. In lane 1 though, we have from West Norfolk, Leah Reitman. Lane 2 is Megan Pye of the City of Norwich. In 3 goes Kiara Wookie of Colchester. Lane 4, Matilda Ransom of the City of Cambridge. Lane 5, Olivia Lee of the City of Peterborough. Madeline Latimer Hicks in lane 6 for St. Felix School. Lane 7 is Hannah Willis of the City of Peterborough, and in lane 8, Charlotte Tree of Colchester. Megan Pye here in lane number 2, looking incredibly strong, as is Matilda Ransom of the City of Cambridge, and indeed to say that, Hannah Willis of the City of Peterborough. A clear distinction between those butterfly swimmers here. Not much in it though between Matilda Ransom in lane 4 and Megan Pye, only about a second and a bit. Hannah Willis turning 3rd, Kiara Wookie in 4th. Quite a comfortable stroke here from Matilda Ransom. Starting to break away somewhat from Megan Pye, who is in lane number 2. Hannah Willis of the City of Peterborough, though, in lane 7, also doing fantastically well here. And that gap has increased substantially, about a second and a half now between Matilda Ransom and Megan Pye. Hannah Willis in 3rd, Leah Whiteman in 4th. Matilda really nice in the centre of the lane there. Quite a comfortable stroke. Seems to be getting a lot of catch off of the water. Hannah Willis of Peterborough really moving. Her stroke rate on backstroke is absolutely superb. Megan Pye also looking relatively comfortable. Matilda Ransom turns 1st. Megan Pye 2nd. Hannah Willis 3rd. Breaststroke, I think, is going to be the decider here between whether Megan Pye can hang on or Hannah Willis just beats her there. But Matilda Ransom also doing absolutely... That gap has somewhat decreased, one would say. Leah Whiteman and Hannah Willis in 1 and 7, coming very, very close here. But it is Matilda Ransom who is going to turn first. Megan Pye there. Megan, I don't think needs to be worried now about Hannah Willis, possibly though on her left-hand side, Leah Whiteman. But Matilda Ransom, my goodness, she has had a fantastic 400 metres individual medley. Seems to be absolutely great at all of the strokes here. Possibly looking a little bit laboured here in that breaststroke, but it's doing the job, it's getting her, it's propelling her forward as she is about to turn onto the final 100 metres, the freestyle leg of this, where she's going to try and ensure a comfortable lead between herself and Megan Pye. Megan Pye turning third there, 6.5 seconds behind. Olivia Lee, 4 seconds behind Megan Pye in lane number 3. But Matilda Ransom doing absolutely fantastic stuff here. That lead between herself, Megan Pye and the other competitors with every stroke, and we've seen this time and time and time again here, really starting to widen. Really nice underwater there from Matilda Ransom, who is really picking up that stroke rate. You can tell that she is focusing on that fast back end speed. Megan Pye in lane number 2 also doing very well here. She's doing her absolute utmost to maintain that lead, but it is going to be Matilda Ransom who has played her cards right here. She has taken a risk and it has paid off, as we have seen time and time and time again. Matilda Ransom, 5:14.03. Just going to wait for the official confirmed results on that. A few technical issues perhaps on your screen there. But what a swim there for Matilda Ransom of the city of Cambridge. Leading the way, simply stroke by stroke, strengthening that lead, furthering that lead, and making sure that she has an incredible fast time, of which one hopes is going to appear up on your screens very shortly, and indeed it does. 5:14 that was for Matilda Ransom. Megan Pye, 5:21.60, and Olivia Lee of the city of Peterborough, third position there, 5:22.86. On to then the times final, the women's 400 metres individual medley. This is going to be heat number 4. In lane number 1, representing Team Ipswich, Matilda Bougou. In lane 2, from Basildon and Phoenix, Tia Gardner. In lane number 3, from the city of Peterborough, Harriet Salisbury. In lane number 4, from Basildon and Phoenix, Ellie Wheeler. It's a sister act in lane number 5, Ruby Wheeler. In lane number 6, from West Suffolk, Charlotte White. In lane number 7, from Basildon and Phoenix, Holly Lamb. And in lane number 8, from the city of Cambridge, Zara Keegan. This is the women's 400 metres individual medley timed final. Over to you, referee. Goodness me, it went like Usain Bolt, didn't it? Or Adam Peaty in the 100 metres breaststroke. This 400 heats incredibly quickly. But we've still got this final heat here. Not much to distinguish against these ladies in the first length here. Harriet Salisbury though, she's starting to come in front. She's starting to be shown as the leader here. Ellie Wheeler in lane number 4 in second. But not much at all to distinguish between these ladies. Some very strong swims from all of them so far. There is going to have to be a decider, and that, I imagine, is going to be on another stroke. But Harriet Salisbury of the City of Peterborough doing fantastically here. She's going to probably turn first. Indeed, she does, 109.07. Very tightly behind her is Charlotte White in 109.37. Zara Keegan of Cambridge, 109.47. Not much in it at all here. The backstroke then, is this going to be the decider in this final, times final of the 400 metres individual medley? Harriet Salisbury still in front here. Holly Lamb of Basildon starting to make an appearance. Ellie Wheeler and Ruby Wheeler in lanes 4 and 5. Also starting to come up on the side of Harriet Salisbury. Harriet Salisbury still in first. Matilda Bugel in second. Tia Gardner in third. Ellie Wheeler in fourth. Not much to distinguish. When is this going to happen? When are we going to see those who have been broken by the 400, if at all? We shall have to wait and see if the breaststroke is going to be the decider on this. But it does look like Matilda in lane number 1. She's starting to take over the lead from Harriet Salisbury. Ellie Wheeler now on the lane number 4. She's in third position here. Not much in it between her and her sister, Ruby Wheeler. We love a bit of sibling rivalry here. On to the breaststroke here. Ruby Wheeler really looking strong here on the breaststroke. Matilda also looking very strong here. Harriet in lane number 3, possibly looking a little bit tired on this, but I know that she's a fantastic freestyler, so just making sure that that lead doesn't get too large. But still, not much in it for second place here. Not much in it for first at all, actually. But it's going to be Matilda, she turns first. Harriet Salisbury still in second position. Ruby Wheeler in third, followed very closely by Ellie in lane number 4 in fourth position here. These athletes then, their pace is starting to pick up. More strokes being driven through the water on this breaststroke leg. Ruby Wheeler though, she's in second position now. That breaststroke length has done her absolutely fantastic favours here. Really, she's capturing Matilda in lane number 1. It's going to be very, very tight. I know Ruby's an incredibly strong freestyle swimmer. Can Matilda hold her off? Ellie Wheeler overtaking Harriet Salisbury for third position there. Not much in it at all. Only about 1 second here as we turn onto the final 100 metres here. A very, very strong and powerful stroke from Ruby Wheeler in lane number 4. It's going to be, as I've said, incredibly tight here. Harriet Salisbury just regaining third position from Ellie Wheeler. But Matilda and Ruby battling it out. 1 and 5 here as they come onto the turn. It looks like Matilda is just in front. Harriet Salisbury, what a comeback she has made here. She is in third position, not by very much though. My goodness me, Harriet Salisbury really battling out here. It could go to anyone, this first position. First, second and third, all in contention here. What an absolute swim. Ruby Wheeler really starting to power through the water here. Matilda trying to fight her off. Harriet Salisbury trying to get a bit of the action here in lane number 3, but it's going to be Matilda who's going to be touching first. Ruby Wheeler looking like she's just going to touch second, and she does. Harriet Salisbury in third. What a swim from Matilda, 5:10.25. Ruby Wheeler just getting that second touch, 5:11.30. Harriet Salisbury, what a comeback from her to take third, 5:11.6. 4, and what a absolutely superb, tense, engaging 400 metre individual medley final for this women's event. Looking at that, really strong starts from most of the athletes here. Harriet Salisbury in front there. The backstroke, she was still in front, but Matilda and Ruby still coming up, but that breaststroke really was the decider here, really what put Matilda in front, and indeed Ruby as well. And on that freestyle length, look at that finish, very, very tight there between Ruby and Harriet, but those results shall be confirmed very, very shortly, I have absolutely no doubt. But we look forward then to welcoming all of the athletes back for the 100 metres backstroke.
So just while we're waiting for the results, we can let the swimmers and coaches know that the pool is open for a 10-minute swim down between 5:10 and 5:20. Should any of the swimmers wish to do so. 10-minute swim down. Next warm-up begins at 5:35.
And for those of you who are watching the live stream, the second half of session number 3 will begin on the live stream at 18:05, so be sure to join us for that, for the 100 metres backstroke, a mixed event. That's going to go like wildfire, it's going to go incredibly quickly, but we're waiting for those final results of the 400 metres individual medley for the women's, and we will relay that information to you when it is confirmed. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to session 3B of the Swim England East Region Festival of Swimming 2021. Now, only one event here this evening, and that is the mixed 100 metres backstroke. The backstroke ledges are already in. We've had a lot of swimmers making sure that they're practiced and fully equipped on those ledges. But we've also had some absolutely fantastic swims today, lots of PBs, an immense amount of fast swimming, which is what we always like to see. For session 3B then, I will reintroduce our main officials. Our lead referee for today is Jerry Metcalf. Jerry is joined on the poolside by Phil Pelling, who is our other referee, and our starter for today's session is Dave Robinson. And as usual, I am joined by the absolutely wonderful Chris Maloney of City of Norwich. It's absolutely been fantastic to get his take on today's swimming, and we're really looking forward to ensuring that this 100 backstroke goes off without a hitch.
And so we get the final session underway with event 133, the mixed 100 metre backstroke. Heat number 1, referee.
Moaba Makwasa in lane number 1, in lane 2, Lily Morell, lane 3, Daisy Stimpston, lane 4, Daisy Turnip Dawes, lane 5, Bethany Rumsby, lane number 6, Charlotte Lowe, Annabelle Kett goes in 7, and Lily Herring in lane number 8. The final event of today's competition, the 100 metres backstroke, boys and girls in this. And at the turn then, on the 50 metre, it is Daisy Stimpston in first position, Bethany Rumsby in second. She's closely followed by Annabelle Kett in lane number 7. Not much in it here. There is, as you can see, these 4 girls are battling it out here, but it does look like Annabelle in lane number 7 is just pulling away slightly. And it's all quite close here. It's going to be it's literally going to be on the touch as they come into their final few strokes. Daisy Stimpson takes the first position, 1:24.20. Not much in it there at all. All of those girls going roughly 1:24. So congratulations to those girls as we just wait for those final swimmers to finish. And we have the official results on the scoreboard right now.
Event 133, the mixed 100 metre backstroke, heat number 2, referee.
In lane 1, Amy Burgess, lane 2, Jocelyn Oakes, lane 3, Louis Hockenberg, lane number 4, Henry Martin, lane 5, Men Like Dagden, lane number 6, Jade Reed, lane 7, Molly Burrows, and in lane number 8, Lila Flello. A very strong start here for Henry Martin of Hatfield in lane number 4. He's closely followed on his left-hand side by Jade Reed of the city of Norwich. And at the turn then, it's Henry Martin first, Jocelyn Oakes in second, and Amy Burgess in third. Also play for here though, but Henry Martin starting to pull away. Jocelyn Oakes not going to let him pull away that far though. All very close here, but Henry Martin of Hatfield is looking incredibly strong as he's coming into the final few meters of this 100 meter backstroke. But Jocelyn Oakes in lane number 2, it's going to be very, very tight between those two. And it's Henry Martin, 1:22.99, just gets that touch. Jocelyn Oakes, oh my goodness me, 1:02 there between Jocelyn and Henry. Absolutely outstanding there.
And there we have the official confirmation of the results. Henry Martin takes that one in 1:22.99. Event 133, the mixed 100-metre backstroke, heat number 3. Referee.
In lane 1, Jonathan Regan. Lane 2, Charlie Juice. Lane 3, William Feather. Lane 4, Amelia Marshall. Lane 5, Gabriella Toman. Lane 6, Matt Phoenix McGlynn. Lane number 7, Thomas James. And in lane 8, Lucia Batoza Payden. And what a strong start for lane at number 4, Amelia Marshall of the city of Norwich. Absolutely fantastic stuff from her thus far in this 100-metre race. She's going to be turning first, very tight but between her and Jonathan Regan of Medonian in lane number 1. Third position is William in lane number 3. Still all to play for though. A very strong swim, as we've said, from Amelia Marshall in lane number 4. Just managing to hold off any opposition at this moment in time, but coming down on the outside leg is Thomas James in lane number 7. He's absolutely hammering it now, giving it a great amount of gusto as he comes into his final few strokes. It's going to be incredibly tight here. But I think William in lane number 3 is just going to be able to take it. It's going to be right on the touch. William, 1:19 dead. Thomas James in 7, 1:19.51, and in third position, Jonathan Regan, 1:20.94. Not that much in it between first and second there at all, 0.51.
Event 133, the mixed 100-metre backstroke, heat number 4. Referee.
In lane 1, Victoria Machek. Lane 2, Kian Lee. Lane 3, Locke Yates. Lane number 4, James Gupta. Lane 5, Jack Swindell. Lane number 6, April Mills. Lane 7, Chloe Lilly. And in lane number 8, Nwando Efecho. A very strong start here from James in lane number 4. He is flanked on the right by Locke in lane number 3. As they turn, they're going to be turning almost simultaneously there, and it's not much in it at all. 0.23 there. Kian Lee in third, Nwando in fourth position here. Coming down onto the home straight now, it is still James Gubernar in lane number 4 who's leading the way. Locke Yates in lane 3 doing his absolute best to try and claw back something here. Kian Lee on his tail. But it does look like an incredibly strong swim from James in lane number 4, and he is almost certainly going to be winning this heat with a time of 1:13.39. Locke touches second, 1:16.89, and Kian touches third, 1:17.47.
And that heat was actually a lucky lane event, and your lucky winner in lane 2 was Kian Lee. So someone will come and bring you a prize, Kian. Event 133, the mixed 100 metre backstroke, heat number 5. Referee.
In 1, Keelan Barnett. Lane 2, Nathan Yeaman. Lane 3, Eva Glynn. Sophie Hollis. In lane number 4, Archie Clark. In 5, Samuel Black. In 6, Emily Plincher. In 7, and Thomas Marr in lane number 8. Very strong start from the gentlemen in lane number 5 and 6, Archie Clark and Samuel Black here. As they come to that 5 meters before the turn, not much in it at all between any of them. Nathan Neiman in first, Keelan Barnett in second, Samuel Black in third, Sophie Hollis of the City of St Albans in fourth here. Coming down to the home straight there, all of the swimmers looking like they're powering through the water, getting as much propulsion as possible. Lots of white splash here. But it looks like Samuel Black is starting to make a break for it here. Certainly wouldn't discount Thomas Marr in lane number 8 either. But Sophie Hollis here in lane number 4, the fastest seed. She looks like she's just going to be able to take this as she comes into the final 5 meters here. Very tight on the touch, but it's Sophie Hollis first, 1:14.81. Archie Clark second, 1:15.34. And Emily Pincher, 1:15.96. Event 133, the mixed 100 metre backstroke, heat number 6. Referee. In lane 1, Elizabeth Wright. Lane 2, Samuel Jeffrey. In lane 3, Vanessa Simonova. Lane number 4 is Megan Barker. Lane 5, James Williamson. Lane number 6 is Olivia Minette. Lane number 7, Noah Mann. And in lane 8, Ashlyn Foley-Wright. The sun is glaring onto the pool, but that's certainly not stopping our swimmers from going slow. What an absolutely fantastic start for lane number 5, James Williamson. He's going to be turning first. Vanessa in second, Samuel Jeffrey in third, Megan Barker in fourth. Look at the power from James Williamson in lane number 5. A fantastic stroke rate here. Lots of white leg kick. That propulsion doing him incredibly well. Catching the water, getting that propulsion from that. James Williamson doing incredibly well. Vanessa in lane number 3. She is in second position, but it is going to be James Williamson who has dominated this race. He's coming in the final 5 meters, still looking as strong as he was when he started. That's a 109.34. Well done, James. Vanessa 112.29. And Samuel Jeffrey in third with a time of 113.98.
And that event was another lucky lane event. The lucky winner in lane 8, Ashlyn Foley-Wright from Basildon Felix. Somebody will come and bring you your prize.
Moving on to Heat 7, referee. George Grimwood goes in 1, Thomas Small in 2, Isabel Barber in 3, William Murfitt in 4, August Stevens goes in lane 5, lane number 6, Milo Milton, lane number 7, Isla Fullock Holmes, and in lane 8, James Baker. Fantastic swim so far from James Baker. He's really starting to lead out in front. William Murfitt in lane number 4, doing his absolute utmost to carry that faster seed in the heat. Turning first, Thomas Ball in 1. William Murfitt is in second. George Grimwood is in third. It's been very, very tight here. George Grimwood, Thomas Small in lanes 1 and 2. Battling it out here, but it's William Murfitt who's starting to lead the way. Milo Milton of the City of Norwich in lane number 6, also looking incredibly strong. James Baker as well in lane number 8. Oh, goodness me, it's going to be incredibly difficult. It is going to be fingernail biting stuff here, but it does look like in lane number 4 it's William Murfitt who's going to just take it, and he does. 110.22. Milo Milton of the City of Norwich 110.62, and August Stevens 111.67. The final event then of a fantastic day of swimming. This is the mixed 100 meters backstroke timed final. In lane number 1, from the City of Peterborough, Gagan Singh. In lane number 2, from the City of St Albans, Ethan Ivelaw Chapman. In lane number 3, from Thaliftic, Adam Holmes. In lane number 4, from the City of Cambridge, Christopher Williamson. In lane number 5, from Team Ipswich, Emma Crookshanks. In lane number 6, from Flitwick, Jake Hickmott. In lane number 7, from Potters Bar, Jack Barnard. And in lane number 8, from Chelmsford, Richard Vanstone. This is the final of the mixed 100 meters backstroke. Over to you, referee. One can feel the excitement of the athletes and the coaches for this final here. Richard Vanstone in lane number 8 up first off of that start. A very strong performance thus far from Christopher Williamson. He's in the lead, but not much in it at all between any of these competitors. Richard Vanstone looking like he's starting to pull in front. He's looking incredibly strong. He had a fantastic start. Is he going to be able to keep up this effort? At the turn then. At the turn, we have Adam Holmes in first. Second goes to Ethan Ivelaw Chapman of the City of St Albans, and Gagan Singh in lane number 1 is third. It's all happening on the window side, the left-hand side of this. But Christopher Williamson is coming back incredibly strong here. He's starting to make a little bit of a gap. He's flanked by Emma Cruikshanks in lane number 5. Christopher Williamson, his arms going like an absolute madman, doing his absolute hardest to come into the final 5 meters here. It's going to be very, very close, but it's going to be Christopher Williamson, 107.3 to Emma Cruikshanks in second, 107.56, and Jake Hickmott in lane number 6 takes third with a time of 108.60. Wow. Well, having a look at that footage there, fantastic starts from all of those individuals. You know, there was an incredibly high stroke route there through Christopher Williamson. And look at that, just an awful lot of power and speed there, right on the touch. That is what we would like to say, a fingernail touch between himself and Emma Cruikshanks in lane number 5. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes an absolutely extraordinary day of fast swimming from our athletes here at Sportspark Norwich for the Swim England East Region Festival of Swimming 2021. I hope you've enjoyed the live stream. I certainly have. And just want to thank all of our officials and volunteers for giving up their time to make sure that this event can happen, particularly after the last year. It's great to be able to be back as a swimming community, racing again, seeing old friends, getting those personal bests for many athletes today. And we will be back tomorrow at 9:05, so please join us then for the 400 meters freestyle and the 400 meters individual medley, Sunday the 1st of August tomorrow. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, have an absolutely fantastic evening. I've been Ralph Muncer, and it has been an absolute pleasure.